Travelers of the world.
Hi.
Why does my head look so big?
Because your head is big.
Look up.
your head is huge. Pardon our appearance. We look a hot mess.
Let's get straight to it. Daniela just booked a room with no air conditioning and there's a heat wave.
I didn't know.
We're dying. We didn't sleep well last night at all.
I didn't know.
I'm sweating right now and I want to lay down, but I'm sweating and I feel disgusting and it's hard.
It's
and
pretty
I'm
bad.
sleepy and it's torture, guys.
Yes.
Feel my pain.
Well, we're only here for 2 nights, so
Yes.
tonight is the second night that we have to endure the torture. But yes, it was my fault. I don't know. We've been.
Tell the truth, Daniela.
We've been to every single place that has AC, and I just assumed that they
Tell the
had
truth.
AC like anyone else. What do you mean tell the truth? I am telling the truth.
So
I didn't know.
throughout this entire trip, I've been booking just about all the rooms. And every single time I do a search, I search with Wi-Fi, with air conditioning. Those are the two things that the room has to have. Everything else is up in the air, negotiable. Daniela did the search, and somewhere in the description it said that the host makes his own snacks.
Oh shoot, I did. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Stop the search.
No, I just
Book now.
all the reviews said excellent things. That the host is awesome. That they provide like all these snacks and beverages. And I completely forgot because I booked this a long time. I booked this in like April.
Yeah.
So I completely forgot and I didn't realize that it doesn't have AC. And now they're in the middle of a heat wave, so we're kind of.
But it has snacks.
A lot of snacks. You know
Lot
what?
of
I'll
snacks.
show you the snacks after. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about Napoli and Florence
Yeah.
in this video because fortunately Italy hasn't been as exciting as Asia, so there's not much to talk about.
But there's some things to talk about.
As I
A lot
said.
of food.
So let's talk
I
about.
feel so fat right now.
We've
Yeah.
been eating a lot.
What else are we gonna
But
do?
in Italy, that's what you do. You eat a lot in Italy.
Yeah.
Right? So, transportation. The way that we get around in Italy from city to city has been train. The train has been
The Italo train line, which has
Magnificent.
been fantastic, always on time.
always punctual.
Not crazy pricing, air conditioned cabins, good, no
Yeah.
complaints.
Yeah, so we
and-
arrived. What? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, but then once you're out and about in town, you have to do either the subway system or a city bus, or a cab, or a taxi, or Uber.
Ubers are very
but Ubers don't make sense.
No.
You get in the cab, you're immediately already $20 in.
Yeah.
Most of the rides that I've searched, because I really want to take an Uber because I don't feel like taking a bus, but typically they're asking for 30, 35, 40 euros.
For 20
That's a lot.
minutes?
Right, and add
Insane.
25% and you get dollars. It just doesn't make sense.
It
You know what I
doesn't make
mean?
any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
And remember, compared to Asia, we would get $2, $3
$3
Uber rides
cabs.
that were just as long.
15
20
minutes, $3, $4
Yeah,
in a
so-
cab, like 15, 20-minute ride.
We were spoiled.
Very spoiled. Yeah.
So we've been taking the bus everywhere, but I don't know if we're even doing it right because you don't pay when you go in. They have these machines and you're
Yeah.
supposed to tap.
You're supposed to.
And Marlon's been tapping
Sometimes.
but it hasn't been taking out money.
It
So
doesn't
I don't know
always.
what's going on.
Yeah, it doesn't always.
We're not trying to steal, but
But I appreciate a nice free bus ride. I don't mind that. So then you make the comparison. Am I going to sit here at this bus station or bus stop for the next 10, 15, potentially half hour and wait for this free bus? Or am I going to pay $35 on a cab ride that's going to take me 15 minutes?
It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal when we have our backpacks.
Yeah.
That's when you're
But
like,
it's
I
also-
don't want to wait for a bus. I don't want. I'd rather take an Uber. That's when it's a little bit more difficult.
But it's also a big deal when we make the decision that we're going to take this bus. And then we sit there at the bus stop for a half an hour.
Yeah.
And then it's like, where's this bus?
Because that's
And
exactly
then-
what happened to us from
It happens
when
to
we
us
went from
multiple times.
Rome to Napoli. We were supposed to catch a train and we were waiting at the bus stop for about an hour.
Yeah,
It was
about
so
an
bad.
hour. Yeah, and apparently there were protests going on in Rome at the time, and that's what was messing up the whole flow of the bus lines.
Yep.
But that leads to frustration, and then
But whatever. We took the bus. We got to the train station. We took the train to Napoli. Then from Napoli, we walked like 5 minutes, and it takes you all the way. It's really deep, right? Like really deep underground. Because then you take like 5 escalators, and these escalators are all
I meant
the way
to
up.
look that up. How deep is the Italian
very, very
subway system? Because it's very deep. It's in there.
But then we arrived. So the place where we're staying in Napoli was called the Quinteris Spignola.
Yes, the
Something
Spanish
like that?
Spanish Quarter.
Spanish Quarter.
Spanish Quarter. The Spanish Quarter is a very dense area where it's just kind of like buildings right next. It's nothing but buildings,
Yeah.
and there's very tight square blocks.
Yeah.
And it's like
A lot of
square-
restaurants around there.
it's about a square mile worth of that.
Yeah, so as soon as we get there, we go to our Airbnb, and it's a 4-story walk up. We
Yeah,
had no
4-story
idea,
walk
dude.
Which is fine. Listen,
It's fine, but
It's
like
fine.
when we're traveling, we have our big ass bags and all this stuff. It's annoying.
it's enough to get you a little winded
Yeah.
with these bags. Even when like you have a couple drinks, now you're gonna do this 4-story walk up. And it's hot. By the time you get to the 4th floor, kind of sweating a little bit.
And remember,
Breathe a little hard.
so I'm going
comfortable.
to say that we felt at our strongest in Asia.
Yeah.
Because we were hiking a lot, we were
Yeah.
losing weight, we were working
felt
out,
good
we
about
were
each other.
eating very well, we were developing very great habits.
Good habits.
And so the last time we had a full workout was at the hike of the waterfall in Indonesia.
In Indonesia.
Right. So that was like a week before we ended up coming to Italy. And now in Italy, we haven't been walking around a lot.
Yeah, walking.
But I wouldn't
But
say,
that's not
but it's a
really-
lot. It's like today, for instance, it's only 4:00 and we've already walked 22,000 steps. But I don't know how to explain it. We feel like worse.
But it's also because we're drinking,
eating and drinking a lot.
and we're walking, and we're like going from like site to site to site,
Yeah.
restaurant, bar,
Eating.
site, restaurant, bar.
Yeah. So that
So-
4-story walk up would have been easy for us if we had continued our hiking and rituals.
Right, but now that we've
yes.
been just like kind of doing the whole glutton thing and just
Yeah.
kind of eating and drinking
I
every
haven't been
day,
feeling good.
we feel bad.
Yeah,
We don't feel good.
No.
We feel very sluggish, very tired. We're not sleeping well, and this ties into. I blame it on Naples, because when we were in Napoli,
So in Naples, we were there for 7 days,
7
a
whole
whole
days,
week.
which is cool.
We
I guess.
chose to be there for 7 days because Napoli is cheaper than Florence and apparently cheaper than Rome. So we chose to be there for that amount of time. But we didn't know that the area that we were gonna be in was a party area.
Yo, popping, so popping. So if like in our apartment, you go to the balcony. It had a balcony, which is nice, right?
That's cool.
And it's on the 4th floor. And each floor is like, it's pretty, everything like cathedral ceilings type thing. So it's probably like a 12, 13 foot ceiling, something like that. So it's pretty high up. So when you look down, you're looking down in a courtyard.
Yes.
And that courtyard is popping
So
every single
you
night.
look down and you see a restaurant on the corner
Yeah.
across, another restaurant on the other corner, and then of course you see the other 2 restaurants on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right? There was actually we witnessed a fight on the balcony because we just heard a bunch of
Mad
yelling
yeah.
in Italian, and we saw a bit of a show. But the thing is, like, we wake up early and we're like walking all around Naples, and then we're not like party people anymore like we used to be in our 20s.
I'm a day partier. I could hang till like
during the
10.
day, sure. So then we would get back to our place at like 7, 8 o'clock, and that's when we're tired and we want to go to sleep. But that's where the partying begins.
Yeah, but we're not like going to sleep, but we're laying in bed,
Yes.
getting comfortable.
Winding
But by the time
down.
like around 11 o'clock usually comes around, that's when we want to turn off the TV and start trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And
that's when the party starts.
that's where the party gets live. It's like, they got the music going, yelling, and they don't stop till 1 in the morning. 1:30 is when they turn off the music, but then the chatter continues
until
because
like
they're hanging
3, 4
out
in
till
the
like
morning.
3 in the morning.
It's ridiculous.
Yo.
So we didn't sleep well for like a whole week.
So the whole
Okay.
week, man, suffering.
But let's talk about what we did.
What did we
in
do?
Napoli. We went to.
She remembers all this stuff. I don't remember
I
this
do.
stuff.
We went to the Piazza del Plebiscito.
Piazzas.
Cool.
More piazzas.
More courtyards, basically.
More courtyards.
It was a really nice view, though. You saw like the water in this place, and remember we walked like down a bridge, and we saw like all the water, and we took pictures there. And
Yeah.
it was a huge piazza. Huge.
Yeah.
It was probably the biggest one we've seen, with the statue, because they all have statues.
They all have statues. Yeah, the piazzas all have statues, maybe a fountain, and then a bunch of cafes where you can hang out,
Or
eat
churches.
some pizza, and
churches.
drink some Aperol. Aperol spritz is the thing. You know, everybody's
Huge
drinking
thing.
Aperols.
Just
and
Prosecco.
it's Aperol, and then it's Prosecco and seltzer.
So we walked there, and then our plan was to go to a mixology spot. I was very excited about this. It was called Le Antiquario. It's a very poppin' spot in Napoli. So we went there, and Marlon, tell them about your martini experience.
Yo.
Marlon loves martinis. Dirty martinis.
I love martinis.
Right.
And this came from like a cruise that we took like 3 years ago.
MSC.
And I fell in love with the martinis because like that was part of my drink package. It was my favorite drink. I fell in love with it, and ever since then, that's my jam, right?
Go-to.
So tequila shots, dirty martinis, or like a nice beer, right? You know, and I feel bad. I guess this is like a self-reflection moment. I'm like, I could be a difficult customer sometimes. I try not to be, because I'm in the customer service business. But that's also because I've been in a customer service position for so long. I feel like, you know, you as a sales professional, as a customer service person in a position at a bar, restaurant, store, you should be trying to make the customer happy, comfortable, attentive. You should be attentive. You know what I mean? You should do all these things. And I don't know. They came
Marlon
to
was
me.
very complicated. Okay, so he
Listen,
ordered a dirty martini.
yeah.
They told him, okay, if you do not like it, tell us and we will
I know,
remake it.
but,
So then the girl comes back. She's like, how is it? Marlon's like, So she's like, okay, but tell me what's wrong so that I can try to make it better.
Okay, but
and
I don't.
He's not helping.
I'm not, but the thing is, I'm not sure what's wrong.
He's not giving her
So
the
obviously,
criticism
okay,
that she's
so
asking for.
they use Kettle One vodka. Fine. I told them no vermouth. Just leave it out, right? Because I've had, you know, dirty martinis in the past where they put too much vermouth and then the flavor's just off. So I said, just give me vodka, olive brine, and give me an olive garnish. That's it. Shaken, not stirred. That's all I asked for. That's pretty easy, but it tasted off. But what was it? The olive brine. Their olive brine was pretty gross. It kind of was a little spicy too. It had like pepper in it or something like that. It wasn't it. So that's what. So it's not something they can fix. The olive brine is the olive brine. So I'm just like, I don't really like it. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Your olive brine is not good, or at least I don't like it. You know what I mean? So there's nothing they can do. So I just was like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna just order a different drink. I'll drink this. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. So but I felt difficult, and I feel like they were looking at me like this fucking guy, like I can't make him happy. But then we ordered a different drink. I did find something that I liked.
My drinks were good.
Yeah,
I
her
had
drinks were
two.
good.
My drinks were
We only
fine.
had 2 rounds there. We were there for
Yeah.
maybe an hour, just hanging out. It was a very quiet place, but nothing fancy. But that night we walked around. That was like
That was the night where we walked the furthest,
Yeah.
and then I got us back home without a map.
That was the night. That was the night.
I just was like, all right, we got make it right here. We go up there. It was really cool.
I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or not.
We
but
did
on,
talk about this in Rome, though.
But on Instagram, did we?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
About my magical power in Italy.
Got it.
But the other, so there were some places that we wanted to go to, which were like, there was a castle we wanted to go to, and then
Yeah.
there was a chapel called Chapel San Severo that we wanted to go to.
Sure.
But everything you have to pay, right?
And we're
Everything's
not, like,
expensive.
Not really
and
into that.
what the thing is, maybe if we would have paid to go there first, then we would have been like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. But we actually did go into some free churches, right?
Church
and
is
they were
beautiful.
beautiful.
But
lot
it's a
of
church.
detail, huge.
Yeah.
Statues everywhere.
Beautiful statues. Nice marble work.
Yeah.
A lot of travertine,
Yeah.
stone everywhere. Beautiful.
A lot of
It's just, but it's a
beautiful
church.
ceilings.
Like, I mean, it's it's cool.
I just don't think that we are like the culture type of traveler. Like,
Yeah.
We'll see some sights.
We're more
it will
simple,
cool.
but it's more like we want like nature stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to see valleys, I want to see mountains, jungle, beaches, like
forests.
yeah, I'm into that.
Desert.
Show me that.
We've seen everything except for desert.
And I gotta say, I think this is because Daniela's a New Yorker. I'm a New Jersey guy. I spent a lot of time in New York. We fell in love in Queens, Manhattan. Like we spent a lot of time running around the city.
Yeah.
New York is arguably the greatest city in the world.
Yeah.
So after running around New York for such a long time, right? Seeing other cities, right?
And don't get me wrong, like
it's not
for instance, my favorite museum is the Guggenheim.
Sure.
In the city. I love it. The architecture, all the art, sure. Like I think that we can be cultural, but I also think it has to do with the fact that we've been traveling for so long, and I think we're kind of tired of it.
I think that plays a part. I think that plays a part. Yeah, because like we're tired. Yeah. I just want to go home too. And but then it's like, okay, what are we gonna do today? Oh, we're gonna go to Daniela. Like today, we'll talk about this in the next video.
Yeah.
But today we did like 13 stops in like 5 hours.
It wasn't even if it was like
4 hours.
But it's like,
after. But it's just like statues, courtyards, and churches.
And also everything's together. So
yeah, because it's all like within that city center. So you're just like your first walk is a mile, because we're always staying on the outskirts of the city. Walk a mile into the city, and then it's like 3 blocks that way, another half a mile that way. You know what I mean? And you kind of zigzag through it, and
yeah. So
but it's all just like statues.
Yeah. So we went to a couple of churches. They were pretty. They're
nice.
They were beautiful.
They're nice.
Fine.
Beautiful.
But it's like a 5-minute stop in each church.
Yeah.
And then the churches was cool. We did go to a few where they had crypts. And yeah, crypts. So we went down to a few. That was kind of cool. We did go to a place called Galleria Umberto. We thought it was a gallery. It turned out to be a mall, which was very cool. I'm not gonna lie. It was very cool.
It was cool.
It was beautiful.
It's just funny how you walk in and we're like, okay, yeah, the Galleria is like, it was a long walk to get to the Galleria. Remember that?
It was a very long walk.
It was a long walk. So then we finally get there, and then it's like, I'm looking around. I thought this was an art gallery.
Yeah, we're like, wait.
Oh, it's a mall. Oh,
Sephora
shit.
is there.
Damn it.
We're like,
it was like, all right.
Whatever.
It's
so
fine.
yeah, so it's fine. The other thing is, the foods there was a place that we stopped by for some dessert. It was called Baba Rum.
That was cool.
That was so
That was great,
good.
actually. That was probably the best dessert that we had.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing how me and Daniela, we're so in sync. And we have so much in common.
We're foodies.
And we love the same foods. And so we bought it on a whim.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even on the list. We just saw it and we're like, ooh, what's that? And then
it was on my list.
No, that thing was on the list, but we didn't even know what it was. It just looked nice.
Oh, yeah, it looked good.
Because it was the little cake on top of a cup, and the cup had
custard
inside.
And rum.
Yeah.
And, so good.
So
really
good. That was really good.
We did go to a couple of trattorias and osterias, and we had a couple of things. So if you're gonna go to Napoli, they're known for the genovese pasta.
Which is?
It's like an onion.
It's an
gravy
onion gravy
kind of sauce.
Which is
right?
On pasta, I wasn't feeling it. On a beef sandwich, that was much better.
Yes, that was much better.
Yeah.
We also had something called friarelli, which is like the spinach.
Spinach, that was banging.
That was really good.
Like a hot chili spinach kind of thing,
Yeah.
but not hot chili like the Asian chilies, but red pepper flakes kind of Italian, jam.
We had a lot of Napolitano pizza.
Mad pizza.
It was really good.
And I still say New Jersey, New York has better pizza.
Yes.
No problem.
So the thing
good.
Is in
not
Napoli,
but it's not
in Italy, when you order a pizza, it's not a slice.
No.
It's the whole. It's a mini pizza.
They give you a little small, the small little 10-inch round, something like that.
It's normal for each person to order their own pizza, which is crazy because it's big and we get full off of one.
It's a lot for one
But here
person.
we're looking at everyone and everyone has their
Everyone's
individual
ordering
pizzas and we're like, what?
And then they just leave it. That's kind of that's the culture. And each pizza's usually somewhere around $12 to $15. And everyone's ordering their own pizza, which is fun.
They had the cuopo frito. Marlon loved that. It's like a cup, and then inside they put a bunch of like calamari,
Yo, that was banging. I like that. I love a good calamari. So they had the calamari pulpo, the jam. They got salt and pepper, the lime, not lime, lemon. They put lemon on that. No sauce. No sauce.
No sauces at all. We had calamari from an osteria. No sauce, lemon.
Yeah, I asked one guy for sauce. He looked at me like I was crazy.
I was
like, sauce? No sauce. I'm like, I mean like tomato sauce, not ketchup. He's like, yeah, I know what you mean. It's okay. No, we don't have that.
There was a spot on the corner of where we were called Esquina Alcohólica, and they had the games there. So we watched a few games, of course.
Yeah, watched a couple games there.
There was one day where we did the Napoli Sotterrana. So that was a tour. It was the subterranean, the underground of Naples.
That was pretty cool.
Babe, go ahead.
Interesting.
Tell them.
Okay, so you walk underground. It's 40 meters underground. It's about 120 feet.
This is so interesting.
Yeah. It's so like it's a history thing, which again, I'm not a history guy. I'm listening, and I even told her, I was like, yo, I'm gonna really try to remember this so I can actually explain this in a video. I don't really remember.
It's really cool.
I remember like they dug it underground so they could store water. Yes, so they could store water underground. So they were like little channels underground under the city to store the water, and it was drinkable water. They used it for showering, for food, for everything.
For everything. And the people that did it had to be very small.
Yes, because they had like they had to fit like in the little tunnels that they built, because a lot of the tunnels were like 5 feet, right? It was like 5 feet tall and only like 18 inches wide or something like that, 20 inches wide, and you had to kind of like squeeze in.
So there was a section where he was like, hey, if you guys want to, there was like 50 people in our tour. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So the guy was like, if you want to follow me to this next portion, we're gonna be inside of one of like the caves for about 10 to 15 minutes. If you want to come, you can come. If you don't, if you're going in, you cannot get out until you're on the other side, and then you could use the exit route. So while like I started to go in, and literally 5 seconds in, I was like, I can't do this. I started feeling claustrophobic, and also we're tall.
We're big people, man.
We're tall, so I was like, no, I can't do this. So I had the opportunity to get back out, and then Marlon tried to do it, and Marlon freaked out.
Nah, I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna stay with my wife.
Yeah, right. So I think this was one of the first times I saw Marlon kind of like uncomfortable.
I mean, it's a tight ass tunnel. Like, I don't need to do that. That's fine.
Besides Nusa Penida with the car, but
yo, that was crazy.
Yeah. So what else? We had seafood pasta. So Napoli is known for their seafood pasta.
But again, so that meal, I remember we went to like a very highly regarded restaurant. Like it was nice. We went for lunch like as soon as they opened, and it was good, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't anything that like I feel like I can't get this anywhere else. This is the best seafood pasta I've ever had. It was like a linguine with like clams and like a white wine sauce kind of thing. It was good. It was cool. It just wasn't, nothing special. And that's what I'm looking for, man. If we're in Italy, right? One of the the country in the world that's regarded for like the best cuisine in the world, right? Yeah. I want dishes that are knocking my socks off. I want to like make the face like, oh, this is so good.
Which we have certain pasta dishes.
Yes, I had that in Rome.
Yeah.
In Rome
with the cacio e pepe, with the
truffle. The cacio e pepe, the white truffle pasta that I had, banging. 10 out of 10. But that still is the best dish that I had. I did have a good pizza in Naples, and it was a fold over pizza.
Yes.
Not a calzone.
No.
Just the pizza that they make, and then like the last step is they fold it over.
I think it's called a portofolio pizza.
I think you just made that up.
No, I had it listed, and that's one of the things I wanted. Marlon.
Right. Well, that's what. So that we had that day, and I remember like this is really good. Like what made it though? The salami that they had was like the salami. The flavor of the salami was banging. I mean,
Let's see.
if you
what
like
else.
salami, some people don't eat pork. Man.
Napoli is also known for their leather goods. So
Yeah.
you pass a lot of stores and it smells right outside. You know, like when you pass a perfume shop, you get hit in the face
Yeah.
with all that fragrance. Same with the leather shops. You could smell the leather from outside. So that was pretty cool.
Bought some wallets.
Marlon bought
How
his,
many
like,
wallets
10th
have
wallet.
I bought in this
This
trip?
is like 10? No,
No,
like 5.
like,
like a lot.
Like I think like 6.
He's obsessed with wallets. I don't know.
But I'm giving like 4 away, and 1 broke, so I'm only gonna keep 1, and I'm gonna give some away. I bought 2 in Vietnam, 1 in Malaysia, and another 3 here in Italy. Yeah, 6.
I will say that in Napoli, the people, we said we were going to talk about this. In Napoli, the people were much nicer than in Rome. Rome, they
Yes.
were very, 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 very rude. In Napoli, they were much nicer. But some were still rude. All right. The nicest were in Florence. But in Napoli, what did the guys tell us?
This was like I think it was like the day of the underground trip.
I think so, yeah.
We were walking on that block, and like these blocks are cool to walk in. In the Spanish Quarter, it's
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
because it's like a kind of party atmosphere everywhere. There's music, a lot of Spanish music. You don't really
lot.
hear Italian music, whatever Italian music is. A lot of it is just like
Opera.
a lot of it is like Spanish merengue, salsa, like reggaeton.
Reggaeton, a
You
lot.
hear the Spanish music ringing off through the Spanish Quarter. It is called the Spanish Quarter. I don't know where that originally came from, but and I doubt it has anything to do with the music. But they're rocking the Spanish music. We go into just a quick bar where he's got some taps, and I get a beer, and I don't know. We just started talking, or whatever, and I don't know what I asked him to make him think that. No, they always ask us, "Oh, how long you been here?" And then we told them, "Oh, we
Where
went
are
to
you
Rome.
from?" They always ask us.
We went to Rome. We're gonna go to Florence." And he was like, "Oh, he's like," and Daniela's like, "They're very rude in Rome. Yes,
Yeah.
we don't like the people from the north." And he showed me a tattoo. Right? He had a tattoo on his arm, and the tattoo on the arm was an upside down shield that said Italy, and it had the flag backwards. So the shield was upside down, the flag colors were backwards. And he said, this is kind of like a representation of the South versus the North, because we don't like Northerners down here, because Northerners, he said, this is his words, he said, if you fall on the ground, Northerners would step over you or step on you and leave you there. He said, here, I'll pick you up, dust you off, give you a kiss on the head, and send you on your way. You know what I mean? That's what he said. Like,
Yeah,
those are
that's
his
cool.
words. And he's like, people from up north, they're different.
And the
he's-
more north you go, the ruder they are. That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, we definitely met some rude people in Rome. But
Yeah,
the only
right.
rudeness in Naples, I would say, is just like the people in the street. But this is everywhere. This isn't just Naples. This is just people walking in the street only thinking about themselves
Oh, and in the
bumping
train
into you and
stations.
shit, or in the train stations,
Oh,
or the
so
elevators.
annoying. Yes.
Yo,
I think it's just
It's-
basic like manners.
basic manners.
Did your parents not teach you that when you're getting off of a train or a bus or an elevator, you wait for everyone to come off first?
Yo, but people brush the doors. Yo, that shit burns me up.
So
man.
annoying.
That shit burns me up.
So annoying.
And it's like, I've said something like, yo, let me get off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and then this one lady, thank you for saying that, because
Yeah.
these people are so rude. Yeah, like I don't understand these people.
But like he was saying in the
But that's
streets, a lot
everywhere.
of
I feel like that's
people
everywhere.
there's a lot of motos, like a lot of motorcycles. So everyone's in a rush and everyone's like beeping and telling everyone to get out of the way, even though it's majority of people walking. So if anything, I would say the motorcycles are in the way, and the 1 and 2 cars that are in the way. Gelato, amazing.
Yeah,
Very good.
great, love it.
The Airbnb in Italy compared to Asia, I'm gonna say they're a little bit. The bathrooms are very small. Also, they don't offer.
The showers.
The showers are very tiny.
If
Yeah,
I
the
can.
one in the shower
The
in
shower
Naples.
in
Marlon,
Naples?
tell them about.
All right, this is gonna be the funny part of the video. Yo, this is fucking wild, right? So the shower in Naples, right? You see these broad, strong shoulders? I got about 2 inches on each side. That's all the space I got. So when I'm taking a shower, I'm like a rotisserie chicken, just fucking turning back and forth, trying to scrub. Many times by mistake, I slip, boom, hit the door, boom. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna break it. And I'm scrubbing, right? I had to wash my body in like 4 different parts, right? So I wash my hair, right? Boom, 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 wash my hair. Then I switch. I get the face wash, boom. Wash the face, wash the beard. Okay, rinse off. Now, body, boom. The body wash on my body buffer, right? That don't travel without a body buffer. Love it. So I'm buffing my body, right? Now I can only get as far as my knees, right? I can't bend over, right? There's no space, right? So then I rinse off. Now I do it again. Not the body buffer. The body buffer. Get the undercarriage. Take separately. I don't like to put the body buffer in my ass, so I separately, boom, get it in there, right? And then I'm doing my best to just rinse off. And I get out the shower.
So the first day.
And and I'm drying myself. And I go down and I wipe off my legs.
So he comes out of the shower and I look at his towel. I'm like, ew, did they give us dirty towels? And he's like, what? And I'm like, why is your towel brown? And I'm like,
bro.
ew,
I got brown stuff on my
why
towel.
is your paint chipping? I was like, ew.
Yo, I was
is
like,
that
is
you,
that me? I was so confused. This has never happened to me before. Is that me?
I've known him for 12 and a half years. I've never seen this before.
Never seen that before. It's like, yo, is that me? I was like, what the hell's going on? Where's that coming from? And I didn't know until the next day. I took another shower. It happened again. Where's that coming?
Every day.
And yes, it started happening every day. And now it's like, now I paid attention because then I washed the towel. And now I have a fresh, clean towel, white towel. And then I did it again. And I'm drying my body, and I left my legs for last. I look at the towel, clean. I go to wipe my legs. Bro, the brown stuff is coming off my legs because I'm washing my body, and it's like the dirt is getting trapped on the hairs on my legs. And I can't wash my legs because I can't bend over. So it ended up on the towel.
Yeah. So, but also...
Got dirty calves.
We felt dirty for like 2 weeks. Like we felt like we didn't have a proper shower since Malaysia.
Yeah, because that shower was trash.
Because the shower in Rome was super tiny and the shower in Naples was super tiny. Other than that, the rest of the Airbnb was fine. It wasn't as bad as the one in Rome because Rome was like so dark and like depressing.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that the Airbnb hosts and all the hotels in Asia, they give you water, they give you coffee, they give you all this stuff. In the Airbnb so far in Rome and Naples, they don't give you any water or any like coffee. Oh no, they did in Naples. She gave
us 2 bottles of water.
Yeah,
I mean, we were there for 7
of water.
days, so 2 bottles of water. I drank that the first day.
But in Rome, we didn't get anything, and they're very strict about their check-in process.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, because like as travelers, like sometimes you're tired and you get to a place at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and you ask for an early check-in, and we were always accommodated in Asia. They would always allow us to check in early.
Yeah, happy to help any way that they could.
But
here it's more like, the rules are the rules.
You have to wait. So
I don't like that. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. That's not a Naples thing. That's an individual.
I will say the good thing about Italy so far is the fact that we could finally flush toilet paper.
You can. You could flush toilet paper.
That was the thing that skeeved me out about Asia, because you can't.
You would put your shitty toilet paper
in the trash,
wastebasket.
and if you're there for 5-6 days and you don't have a cleaning lady,
that
starts
shit
to smell.
Yo, but it's like, it doesn't smell like shit. It ends up smelling like fish.
Ew.
That's interesting.
It's disgusting.
Why is that? That's a thought, right?
Yeah.
Because after a couple days, like it's you wipe your ass, like let's say like there's like 7, 8 pieces of shitty toilet paper.
Marlon!
Why does it smell like fish? Like a strong fish smell.
Oh, babe, come on, stop. But the other thing, is that in Asia, I did mention this before. There's a lot of places that don't have toilet paper. In the women's bathroom, there was a lot of places that had no toilet paper. So they had the wash thing. Right.
The wash thing's still around. It's still a thing.
In Europe, they have toilet paper everywhere. In Malaysia, they did too, but they don't have the wash thing. Well, some places do have the wash thing, but they have bidets. right?
I still haven't used one bidet in this entire trip. I haven't washed my ass in a public bathroom.
Should have used it for your freaking dirty ass legs.
There was one night, yeah, right. There was one night I was talking to a bartender, and I'm like, dude, it's like, walk me through the wash your ass process after you take a dump in a public bathroom. Like, how does that just doesn't, I just don't understand it. Help me, walk me through it. What is your process, your position, like your technique? It was funny, actually.
Yeah. So then Florence.
Through it, and it still doesn't make sense to me.
So in Florence, right? We took a train to Florence. It was like 45 minutes.
Firenze.
It's Florence.
Yeah, we took a train and then we walked.
It was way more expensive. We went to we will say it was probably, we went to a place called Mercato Centrale. It was probably one of the best markets we've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the best food court I've ever been to in my life. That place was
delicious.
Amazing. They had Spanish food in the market. They had, you know what was interesting?
Oh yeah, in Florence there's a lot of Spanish.
Yeah, there's a lot of Spanish people in Florence.
A lot of Peruvian.
Latinos.
A lot of Peruvian. A lot of Colombian.
Colombians. Some Mexicans.
Some Mexican.
We went to a place called Tijuana for some drinks. We went to a
I was
Peruvian
craving
spot
a
for a lunch
margarita.
buffet.
Finally got a margarita.
That was good.
It was good.
But back to that food court. Every stand was different.
Yeah, every stand.
Most food courts you go to, you see a lot of repetitive stuff.
Yeah.
I take that back because if you go to a food court in, like, let's say a mall, you see a lot of different things.
Yeah,
but these are like, you know, these are big chains.
They had salumerias.
Yeah, they had pizza guy. They had the sandwich guy.
They had the wine with the
wine stand with little tapas.
That was really cool. Caviar on the top of it. It was really good. They had their bar, of course.
Fire.
They had their pasticceria, which is the gelato stand, the fruit stand.
They had a steakhouse.
They did.
They had huge cuts of meat that you pick your cut, how big you want it, how you want it cooked. They cook it right there on the spot. It wasn't cheap. You know, if you want to spend, 50, 60 euros on a piece of meat, have at it. I wasn't really down for that.
In Florence, everything is more expensive. The first night we went to Duomo.
Duomo was nice.
Yeah,
it was like the famous piazza, again, a big church. Big ass church.
Duomo.
That was a big ass church.
We went to Ponte Vecchio, which is the bridge.
That was a romantic little spot, right?
Yes, it was very nice.
I got to hug my beautiful wife. I gave her a little bit of that.
We did have the famous Florentine steak.
But this is funny though. Hold on, before you get there. We had all these stops, right? And that night that we arrived, I was just like, let's go for a walk. So then we go for a walk. But through that walk, I opened up the itinerary and I'm just like, we're just gonna go boom, 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 boom. We hit like 5 spots in like 2 hours walking at nighttime. And it was just like, we literally just did everything that we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? In a matter of like 2 hours of walking. You know what I mean? We've seen what we needed to see. There were like 5 different places that was on our list. And again, it's one of those things where you're at this city, a lot of history, but it's bridges, it's statues, it's churches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Museums. That's it. Which is cool, I guess. If you're into that.
Oltrarno was a cute little town, but it was all like you said, it was all right next to each other. So we got to finish everything that night, and we were only there for 4 nights.
We were there for 4 nights.
It was the best Airbnb though. It was the best
that Airbnb actually was really nice.
The bed was so
It was recently renovated, nice floors, walls, washing machine, refrigerator, air conditioning.
But he didn't give us anything. He didn't give us any
No. He just
coffee
gave us
or
keys
water, and that was it.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. We did rent a car.
We rented a car.
So and I think this is where like the heat wave began, in Florence, because it was very, very hot.
Very hot.
Very hot. So we rented a car. We almost couldn't get it. So we wanted to rent the car for the purpose of our Tuscany trip. I wanted to do, one of my dreams was always to have a Tuscany trip. And I was like, the way to do it is by renting a car. So
So we rented a car.
We almost didn't do it because Marlon's license expired.
Yeah, it was mad annoying.
And they were like, "What? We can't rent a car without a
My license was expired. Daniela's license expired. Now I renewed my license before I left Jersey, but I didn't get the new one.
Yeah, because we've been
because
gone
we left,
for
right?
5
They
months.
mailed it like a month after, and we had left already.
And I haven't done it because I have to change
Just
my
change
name
your name,
once I get back.
So I went to rent a car. So the thing was that I went to rent the car, and it gave me a price of like $130, $130, and I could have the car for 2 days. I was like, okay, I'm good with that. That's a good price. I'm happy with that. Unfortunately, because my license was expired and they wouldn't take the digital endorsement, the digital extension, they wouldn't take that, then I couldn't rent it. I went to another company. They're like, sure, I'll rent you a car, but it's gonna cost you. They hit me for their first number was 300 euros. 300 euros. Yo, that's pig shit, man.
Yeah.
That's pig shit. Cause like that translates to $375 for an economy car for 2 days. That is almost triple what I was gonna spend with the other company. That was their first number, and then it turned into a negotiation. I showed them my booking for the other company. They're like, yeah, but you can't get that car. Good tactic, I like it. Then they started discounting. I said, give it to me for 150. No, impossible. 200. Nah, I can't do that. So then they went from 300 to 280, 250 to they said 250. Then I said 200. Daniela said 220, and then they were like, okay, I'll do 220.
Yeah. So, all right.
Which
so
is
then
still a
we.
lot for an economy car, man.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about the Tuscany trip because right after this we're going to just do our last Italian video. But we did have one night where we went for like a legit romantic dinner, and we had the famous Florentine steak.
So famous.
We also had the tagliatelle with boar ragu. That was very good. We had some prosciutto with buffalo mozzarella.
Oof.
That was very good. But let's talk about the steak. All right, the steak that they give you out here is very rare. So okay, very rare. I know Spanish people, we like our stuff very well done, almost burnt. I know my dad and Randy likes it like that, okay? But here it's very
I'm good
bloody.
with a medium steak.
Yeah,
I
medium.
like it medium. Medium is good for me. He said we serve it rare. I said, can you do medium rare or medium? He's like, oh, all right, we'll do that. I don't think he changed anything.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think he just gave me what he gave me. It was a 1.2 kilo steak.
Yeah.
It felt small.
Yeah.
It felt, for 1.2 kilos, which is like 2.5 pounds, it felt small. But we enjoyed it. We loved it. It was very salty. I think we both felt like our blood pressure was high that night. Remember that? It was like my ankles felt like that's some old shit, right? But I felt like, because there was a lot of salt on the steak, because they give you like a pile of sea salt next to the steak, so you can just kind of garnish it as you see, as you go. But it was delicious. Yeah. It was delicious.
And you know what's weird is this? It's like I can't really handle steak. Like I eat ribs or a steak, 1 or 2 bites, and immediately like I start to burp and I start feeling like nauseous. I don't know why. In the U.S. But here I ate it and I was fine until like 2 hours later. Then after 2 hours I started feeling nauseous and I was like, oh man, I thought I was cured, but no, I wasn't. But that was it. That was what we did in Florence.
Yeah.
We will talk about our Tuscany trip.
It's always, and like these like dinners and stuff, we always walk after, walk around, see what's going on.
Get
a lot of
gelato.
I feel like, like if you wanted to come to Italy, and you're not a history person, then you're coming to shop, because there's a lot of shopping.
There's a lot of shopping.
A lot of shopping. You can shop your ass off and get a really nice, high quality goods. But if you're not shopping and you're not a history person, all there is to do is to eat and drink. That's what you're doing, and that's kind of where we found ourselves. So, I think at this point we like Italy, don't love it. Daniela said, I don't know if I'd come back.
I'm gonna talk about the best part of this Italian trip. So it is sad for me. It is sad for me because, like I said, it's always been a dream of mine to come to Italy. and I think I had high expectations, and it didn't meet my expectations. I will say, so far, Rome, it was amazing for food, not for the people. But my favorite part, the thing that did meet my expectations, was the Tuscany trip.
And that's coming next.
That is coming next, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Right.
Our door. Yo, buddy. No, thank you. I love you. Oh. Look at this street right over there. Right there. Update. We've been walking about 7-8 minutes at a pretty brisk pace. Daniela is focused. This is Garmin Daniela. In Italy, Daniela took us right back to this center. It's called a piazza. I didn't know how to get here without looking at a map. She just started walking. I don't know, she's possessed. Italian Daniela knows where to go. I don't.
I think I lived here in a past life.
I think Daniela used to live. I think she was here with a previous boyfriend.
No, what the hell?
But she's just lying to me the whole time. Somehow, some way, she knows the whole city.
No, I don't. Are you serious?
Do you believe her?
I don't. I haven't never been here.
I don't know about that. Stay tuned. All right. We're back. We're live. We're in Naples. So on a previously recorded video, I talked about how Daniela has superpowers, right? So we are a solid mile away from the house. We walked hours ago, 5 hours ago, like around 4 o'clock. It is now 10 p.m. 6 hours ago, we left our apartment and we walked in this direction. We did a bunch of little zigzagging, had a couple drinks, ate, and now at 10 p.m., we are headed back. Daniela, this navigating piece of fine Colombian prime cheeks, says that she can navigate us. Let's see. Stay tuned. All right. So we've been walking for almost 15 minutes. We're getting close. Daniela's doing really good. There was a right that she turned. I didn't think she was going to get it, but she got it.
Oh, I know we're
I know we're in the area, but this is... Every block looks like this. Every block looks the same. Daniela thinks she knows. So off we go. All right, Daniela is having a moment. A moment. I was gonna say of confusion, but I don't think she's confused. She's very focused right now. You know, Daniela's in her bag, is what they call it. The Italian-made bag. She is navigating these Italian streets like no one ever. No GPS, all on memory. Just walking, strolling, strutting these streets. Good job, Daniela. And here's me. Her biggest cheerleader. Go, Daniela. Rah, rah, sis, boom, ba. Oh, shit. Wait, there we go. We're going. She says I'm blocking her concentration.
because he wanted to stop for a beer. So now I'm kind of like, okay. I don't know how long I can keep my powers up.
Yeah, let's see. But I think she's, she hooked she made a right. Then she walked up like 2 blocks, then made another right, and I think she's on the right track. I'm pretty sure we were on this block before. She's doing good. Stay tuned. Yo. She's laughing. She made it. I'm pretty sure this is our building right here. This is our building. And this is La Esquina Alcohólico. And this is my friend right here.
Espina alcohólica.
There you go, alcohólica. Yo, she made it. No, this is our building right here. This is our building right here. This is our building. Yeah. Yeah, seguimos. Italia. That's it, baby. We're making it happen. I mean, this does not look different. I'm sorry. This looks very different. I mean, this sun right now, in this picture, in this shot that I got, is beautiful. It's fine. Cool. Like 360 jam. We should go down there.
Thank you.